Perspective check. What is real news? I guess this is what people call it. NBC. Let's do news by the numbers, right? Let's check and see who's got the ratings or whatever. This is NBC, the Tucson division, whatever. So in 2013, NBC Tucson version chapter figured that YouTube had enough legitimacy as a platform to disseminate the news for Tucson that in 2013 they were solid enough to be able to start their own channel and start disseminating news in 2013. Okay, they have 60,000 subscribers and 46,000 videos. Holy shit. And they're supposed to be real news, right? That is the worst ratio I have ever seen in my life. And this is also the same news company that called James Freeman a liar, basically, in not so many words. So Freeman started this channel 4 years after the NBC Tucson one did, right? But he literally has 10 times the amount of subscribers. 10 times the amount of subscribers. And 46,000 less videos. Let me say that again. James Freeman has almost 1,000 videos to get 10 times the amount of subscribers that this, so-called actual, real, legitimate news company does. 10 times the amount of subscribers with, okay, so look, here we go. So 840, right? So James Freeman doesn't even have 1,000 yet. What I mean is the news company we're talking about that's supposed to be legit reached that 1,000 video mark 46 times and still has 10 times less the amount of subscribers than James Freeman has. And they had 4 extra years to do it. Now, remember, too, they also called Freeman a liar, basically, or they took the cop's side, right, over Freeman's. I just want to read you guys some things about Mr. James Freeman. James Freeman will release his camera videos no later than Tuesday, according to the live stream yesterday the world is watching, right? James Freeman has multiple cameras. Cameras never lie, waiting for the cop to be prosecuted. Cops with no body cams? Let's see who tells the truth. My money is on Mr. Freeman. 764 people agree with that statement and back that up, dude. Almost 1,000 people trust Freeman over the cops. The charges were dropped against Mr. Freeman. The chief attacked this guy and needs prison. He was kidnapped. Here's one I put. Freeman is as genuine as they come, fellas. 120 people thumbs up that. 120 people backed up that's what I just said there. We're going to hear Mr. Freeman's description of how it happened and then match that up to the actual footage that we have now. I know all the bootlicking retards out there are like, okay, now read the comments off the news page, the real news channel's page, right? Because all you bootlickers can't imagine that this, came off their page. This is not off Freeman's page. This is not off Lackluster's page. This came straight off of the News for Tucson's page. All those comments. Let's hear what the real news channel News for Tucson has to say about James Freeman.
Attempting to gain access to a secure room and trying to keep its door from being closed. The statement from the town says Sahuarita Police Chief John Nolan initially restrained Freeman with assistance from 2 officers. That's when Freeman alleges he was assaulted by the police chief. Okay, so she says that the police chief and 2 other officers restrained him, and then that's when he claimed he was assaulted, right? Now let's hear what Mr. Freeman says.
The chief of police, John Nolan, immediately never said you're detained, never said you're under arrest, never said get out, never said a word. Grabbed me by the neck, swung me around, and threw me down on the tile.
Okay, everybody's testimony is in. We got what the news said, the police said they did, and then what Mr. Freeman said. All right, let's see what the footage shows, baby.
All right, can we set that up on the...
Where do you want it?
Or what? Step out of the way. Chief Nolan?
Chief, what the hell are you doing?
Are you
kidding me? Chief,
take this!
are you kidding me?
I'm not under arrest, never said get out, never said a word. Grabbed me by the neck, swung me around, and threw me down on the tile. Or what? Step out of the way. Chief Nolan?
Chief, what the...
YouTuber who claims the Sahuarita Police Chief assaulted him. The town of Sahuarita confirmed James Freeman was arrested and detained, however not booked into jail or charged with any crimes at this time. We're told 41-year-old Freeman was arrested on suspicion of assault after attempting to gain access to a secure room and trying to keep its door from being closed.
Oh, that's fucking rich, dude. Okay, I know some of you out there, most of you guys have a pretty good grip on police and government and whatever, but let me explain something about the situation about not letting the door close. He was put in a situation, and this is the only way that cops and government can get you, right? Is they put you in a situation where no matter what choice you make, it's a crime, right? If he would have let his foot off the corner of that door would have hit whoever that lawyer that was standing there, right? And then they would have actually had him for assault. So again, look here, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
6 cops minimum, probably.
I think. You feel like a big guy?
Okay, you see how this fucking nitwit is standing right just across the threshold, just inside the door, like. If the door were to close, it would hit him, you know what I'm saying? And see how Freeman's holding it? There's a reason he's holding it like that, is because this thing is a hydraulic fucking door closer. I used to install these, dude. These things are hella powerful. If he were to have stepped out of the way, that lawyer would have still stood there and let that thing hit him, dude, and then he would have claimed, look, he's holding his nuts. See how his hands are crossed over his crotch? That's so when the door hits him, it's going to make a loud noise, but not break his nose or hit him in the balls. At least that's their normal protocol. They didn't know the chief was going to go above and beyond and just fucking UFC James Freeman to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Here's mine in my garage door that I have on the lowest possible setting for as far as like closing force or whatever. So I taped this Dr. Pepper box thing here and then let mine kind of close on it, and just to show you the force that it can possibly have. And this is on the weakest setting.
The United States is one of a handful of nations who do not recognize the World Trade Court. And evidently they're using those.
Do you know how much force it takes to do that to a cardboard Dr. Pepper thing? A lot. Enough to break your nose and make it crooked. Like it takes a lot of force to do that. I mean, you could also say it takes minimal force to break a nose, but I mean, you know, fucking gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a shit? Anyhow, James Freeman was doing a favor to that guy standing there by using his foot to hold the door for him. You know what I mean? If he would have let go, they would have actually had an assault charge that's probably usable against him. You know what I mean? Besides, it's just good manners to do that for somebody. If somebody's standing there and you don't want to go in the doorway, you hold it for them, you know what I mean? So they can stand there and not have to be all weird and like use one hand and whatever. He was just, either he knew what was going on or he didn't, and he was just trying to be nice. You know what I mean? That's all shit we expected. Thousands of people knew James was telling the truth. The other thousands figured it out that their local news is bullshit. But here is what this video really is, because this is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Tucson is out of control.
And then also new tonight at 10, Tucson police currently reviewing a video that has been making the rounds across social media, capturing an incident outside of a bar on Speedway in Pantano. Now in the video, Tucson police officer appears to punch and slap a man several times, while that man appears to not fight back, questioning what he was being arrested for. The police officer then tases that man. We have reviewed the video. We are waiting for permission from the person who shot it to allow us to use it on air. Tucson police say they have also seen the video and it's currently under review.
What kind of fucking new shit is this, dude? This is getting crazy. Okay, first of all, anybody who doesn't understand why this is so mind-blowing to me, if the police bitch slap and punch somebody, literally, like, look, they have body cams, right? They're supposed to use them every time they interact with the public, right? If a cop is slapping and punching somebody, number one, he's going to have people around him. Cops don't get into physical altercations unless they know they have 3 or 4 people with them. So there's other people there. And two, if he's punching and slapping them, his body camera needs to be on. If there's not body camera footage of it, listen, even if they know that they're doing something wrong, they still film it so they can give the body camera footage to the news, and the news can make up a bunch of excuses for him. The fact is, if they don't actually have the body camera footage, imagine what would have happened if what this cop was trying to do came to fruition. Because, okay, they don't plan on using the body camera footage for evidence, and there's no other officers around, and this cop didn't turn his body camera on to catch this or whatever, and the news actually doesn't have it. Think about what was going to happen if he got what he wanted, because basically he looked this dude in the face, sucker punched him, and the dude is so fucking tough or so drunk or whatever that it didn't even move him, dude. Like, I mean, this cop put everything he had into sucker punching this guy 3 or 4 times, tased him, dude, didn't phase the guy. This guy is tough as fucking rocks, dude. He's as tough as a brick wall, whatever. Anyways, but what would have happened if he would have knocked the dude out and got him in cuffs and got him in the car? What was he planning to do? Because if you're by yourself, and even if you're going to do something illegal, I have friends that are cops. You turn your body camera on, and if anybody finds out about it, you give the footage to the news, and they make the excuses for you, so it doesn't hurt as bad whenever you go to, whatever, whenever you have to get arrested by your friend or whatever. But dude, this guy. He was by himself, didn't call any backup, had nobody there, no body camera footage. Dude, they were probably I bet they were planning to kill this dude and go drop his body off somewhere. And if you think I'm crazy...
215 bodies were just found buried in a field behind a jail. I honestly don't know how this isn't national news by now.
Right? You know what I mean? But this must have a lot of views, right? 5 months, 75 people have seen this.
215 bodies were just found buried in unmarked graves behind the Hinds County Jail, or more specifically, the Hinds County Penal Farm in Jackson, Mississippi. Some of the grave sites were completely unmarked, while others were only identified by a number on a metal rod. The family members of these victims were never notified that their loved ones were buried, and the majority of them still just thought that they were missing. And the state in which this mass graveyard was found is absolutely horrendous. The bodies were placed in body bags and never embalmed before being buried in a shallow grave. And the stench was reportedly so bad that it attracted birds and other animals to try and scavenge for the remains. This discovery has made many question why authorities never investigated these deaths, and why they also chose to never contact the victims' family members before burial.
How she got that little factoid is because the guy whose body that they found that broke the story, they exhumed it and they had his wallet and his ID still in his back pocket.
What's even more disgusting is the fact that now that this has gone public, authorities want the victims' family members to pay a fee to collect their loved ones' bodies. This discovery all started.
I mean, you could say I'm crazy, dude, but I mean, there's no other reason for that cop not to cover his own ass by having his body camera on, and by giving it to the news station and letting the news do their little bullshit where they, you know what I mean, suck the cops' dicks or whatever and make everybody think that they're doing the right thing, because there obviously was no plan on that happening. He thought he was going to knock this dude out, get him in his car, and go drop him off in the desert wherever he had planned, dude. But too bad this dude was super tough. Anyway, that's what I think. I don't know, dude. You should get that cop's, somebody should do some investigation into that little cop. He was a little guy, too. Do the math. There in Mississippi, 215 dead people, unidentified, period. The cops had no, you know what I mean? They're just buried there, whether they were in the jail or not. 215 people and 8 years. So I don't know, how many times is 8 going to 215? That's how many times shit like this happens. Now let's all watch how badass I've become at this, I don't even know what to call it yet, but like ghost carting or something, you know what I mean? Like, you know how your carts swing left, or like if you go to Walmart and you push a cart or whatever, it swings left or right because one of the wheels is always fucked up. Well, I started, instead of looking for the straight ones, I've been getting just taking the first one that swings left or swings right. This one had a hard swing left, dude, and I fucking nailed this from all the way across the road. Check this shit out. Watch how hard it swings left, dude, like right at the end, dude. I nailed it perfect.
As you can see, the Tucson police officers are getting more and more aggressive. While they didn't attack the cop watchers, what you're about to see is quite disturbing, and what any of you might face if you are alone with a Tucson police officer.
Get down now. Get down. Get down. Get down. Oh, what the fuck? Now. Now. Don't make me intro again.
No, don't hit him.
Get down, bro. Get down.
I thought you had a uniform around?
Don't make me intro again.
No, don't hit him.
Come on, quick.
It's okay.
Get behind your back. Now.
I'm not letting this dude handcuff me with another sergeant.
Put your hands behind your back. Now.
Exactly.
Behind your back.
No.
Now.
No. Why are you hitting him? Stop. Why are you hitting him? Why are you hitting him? No, the cop
Get down now.
wrong.
Well,
He's wrong.
Hey, get down now.
No, he's wrong. No, he's wrong.
Hey, go inside. Shut.
I think it's time for this country to take back our country. This is an issue of government transparency. We can't trust a government that does not trust its people.